Hello, all. It's your girl Tiffany, my malicious Black Beauty, your POETIC Psychic Pisces High Priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern Z nun, one who isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on tonight. If y'all would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. This is going to be a general reading for the overall collective of any zodiac sign. So please take the messages that apply, leave the ones that do not. Remember that this reading may apply to your past, your present, or your future, as well as it may be pertaining to you or any and everyone in between that you may or may not know. With that being said, guys, we're going to get started. As I said, I hope y'all are doing well and feeling well. So we're going to get right into these messages. There were a few messages that came out last minute on the last reading that I did, so we're going to elaborate more on these messages, guys. Okay, so we got the whole family in on it. They don't care about us. Adoption. You've been abused all your life on purpose. It was a setup all along. Hidden enemies. These clowns way too cocky. Fire energy. Trauma forced upon you. Toxic family members. Conflicts, confusion, and competition. Hold on, guys. Let me try to switch this over some. Okay, they want to take you out to swap destinies with you. Deadbeat dads. Suspicious activity. Something just ain't right. Sometimes you gotta smile to keep from crying. Spell work was done to keep you stuck and stagnant. Hold on, guys. Let me get these over here real quick. We have sneaky conning fox. Assassination of a public figure. Who knew your worst enemies could be your own supposed family? What do you do when your entire life is a lie? Intimidation tactics. Okay, and y'all had two extra messages. This came out. These two extra messages came out with assassination of a public figure, manipulation, and cheating spouse. Husband / wife here. Okay, something about manipulation and a cheating spouse here. Okay, it's tied to this situation, guys. Okay, so there's a whole feeling dynamic that is involved in a situation as it relates to you, collective. Okay, these people do not care about you. Okay, they don't love you, they don't support you, they don't respect you, they don't have your back, they don't uplift you. They have left you out in the cold. They've rejected you, stabbed you in your back, betrayed you, been very disloyal to you. They don't care about you, Spirit is saying, okay? And it could be for the obvious reason here, okay? What some of you may not be aware of is that you were adopted, okay? Some of you could have been, whether this was an illegal adoption or a legal adoption. You all... So the person that's resonating with this reading, you grew up in a family that you used to believe to be your own, guys, okay? But in fact, there were things that took place in your childhood, and this ended up being, like basically like your adopted family, okay? Whether it was a legal adoption or not, okay? And you were never told this. You were lied to about this. So you, went with the assumptions of what you were told, okay, that this was your family, okay? But if you notice throughout your life, they always left you out, okay, excluded you, left you hanging, okay? If you have a family, people passed away and nobody even called to tell you, nobody even invited you to the funeral, if there were family reunions and you just wasn't invited, if there were vacations and cruises and gatherings, get-togethers going on, and you were not even invited to come, you were just, if you notice throughout your life, there were times there you were just neglected, abandoned, left out in the cold, you were rejected, you were alienated, okay? you likely literally felt like you didn't matter, okay? You wasn't important. It seemed like everybody else had their designated place within the family. They were loved, they were accepted, they were appreciated, and but you wasn't. Okay? You were just kind of looked over, left out. Okay, and you also could have noticed that nobody was ever very nurturing to you. Okay, loving, caring, kind, nurturing, attentive to you, or anything like that. It's almost like you were, were tolerated by people. Okay, but there was no real family dynamic, love, support, um, guidance. Like many of you all who experience this, if you notice, um, you probably were never taught anything. Okay, like bigger things that parents teach their children. Okay, when they come to girls, um, about your cycles and different things like that, and different changes with the female body. Okay, or other things like how to swim, how to drive, things like that parents take the time to teach their children as they get older, to be able to do those things, or as life change for them, or what have you. Okay, also, you probably noticed that if you had any type of talent, skills, or abilities, it was like these people overlooked you. You know what I'm saying? They acted like it didn't even matter. You wasn't, kind of treated like you wasn't good enough. Okay, whether anybody ever actually said that to you or not, that's how you were treated. um, if you had any talent, skills, or abilities, or what have you. So it doesn't matter if you wanted to play sports, or you were artistic or creative in some type of way, you were looked over. Okay. Um, Good parents, when they notice that their kids are athletic, when they notice that their kids are creative or talented in some type of way, they take the extra steps, the extra efforts to embrace their kids' creative abilities, their talent, skills, and abilities, their athletic, abilities, and different things like that, or what have you. But this wasn't done with you. Okay. Um, you likely experienced bullying. You likely was a loner. You know what I'm saying? You likely felt alone at home and alone at school, and you just that was your life. Okay. This was all you were treated like this because what you were not aware of is that you were around people who were not your real family. Okay, these people gaslit you. Okay, so they convinced you enough that when you're a kid, you don't know any better, but what the older people around you is telling you. Okay, so but as you got older, and you were able to comprehend and understand your own feelings and emotions, you knew something was off, something was wrong. Okay, but you probably never discussed this because, like, who do you go to? When you're still young, you only could go to somebody who's older in the family. But who do you go to in the family and be like, yeah, you know what? I don't really like or have appreciate how y'all do me like this, that, and the other. And by the way, I don't really feel like y'all are my family. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things you deal with, you go through, you just keep in. Okay, this is what creates stress, depression, anxiety. Post-traumatic stress disorder, all kinds of things, or what have you, in people collective. Okay, but lo and behold, um, there was some type of adoption that took place here. Okay, like I said, whether legal or illegal. Okay, Spirit wants you to know that you have been abused all your life on purpose. It was a setup all along. So, to believe it or not, the people who overlooked you, who neglected you, they did so on purpose. The people who gaslit you, who straight up lied to your face your entire life, they did so on purpose. The people who abused you, if you probably noticed that there were designated people. If you ever like, say for instance, if you ever got like beatings, whoopings, different things like that, or what have you, there were designated people who, like, physically abuse you in a certain type of way. If you experience any other type of abuse, there were certain designated people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You may have endured physical abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, some of you sexual abuse, different things like that, or what have you. There were designated people who uh, was purposely used to create trauma in your life. Okay, you may not have gotten that from other people, but these people were still neglectful and dismissive of you and different things like that. Okay, also, if you think about it, other people in your family, you know what I'm saying, a family, it's supposed to be well knit and close and different things like that. If you notice, other people in the family, they had nicknames, little cute pet names, nicknames, and different things like that. When it came to you, there was none. You didn't have a nickname. Nobody cared. You know what I'm saying, or anything like that. Okay. So you were abused all your life on purpose. Okay. It was a setup all along. It was a part of some type of trauma. It could have been tied into just like traumatizing you. And different things like that. Okay, you also have hidden enemies, collective. Okay, I feel like hidden enemies within this alleged family. It could even be hidden enemies outside the family, but definitely as it relates to this whole family that is in on this. Okay, these people who never cared about you. Okay, Spirit is saying these clowns is way too cocky. Okay, the type they say they gangster, but they ain't never popped nothing type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They way too cocky, arrogant, conceited, stuck up, narcissistic, bossy, controlling, manipulative, deceptive. Way too cocky as individuals, okay? This entire family, okay? Especially when it comes to a fire sign. There's something significant to a fire sign. So there could be a particular... Considering the fact that the whole family is in on something, I'm pretty sure there's likely more than one fire sign within this alleged family. But there's a significance to a particularly to a fire sign. Okay? That is of significance here. Okay? This person could have forced trauma upon you, Spirit is saying. This could also be one of the clowns that's way too cocky, Spirit is saying. This is also someone in particular, the Spirit is saying, don't care about you, okay? But there was trauma that was forced upon you, and this trauma that was forced upon you was either the reason why you were adopted, or the trauma that was forced upon you was the either the cause or the reason that you were adoption, or these people forced trauma on you because you were adopted, and they just, you know what I'm saying? You were mistreated just because everybody else knew that you wasn't really related to them type of thing here, okay? But definitely, these are some toxic family members, okay? There were toxic family members that you had to deal with that forced trauma upon you, Spirit is saying, okay? And this is the reason why you've been abused all your life on purpose, okay? And this was a part of some type of setup by these toxic family members, okay? These toxic family members have caused a lot of conflicts, confusion, and competition in your life here, okay? And it's interesting because this is the type of family... Even those of them that act like that they're cool with one another, if you pay close attention, they compete with one another, try to outdo one another as well. So it's something about these people definitely caused a lot of conflict for you. Could have been very hostile or abusive towards you. They caused a few confusion, illusions, delusions as it relates to you. These hidden enemies did, okay? And these hidden enemies also were in competition with you in some type of way, okay, collective? Now, interestingly enough, here you are, you ain't got nothing, you ain't got nobody. You likely to have to juggle and struggle your entire life, okay? You likely have never experienced happiness or real love, okay? You've endured a lot. Trauma, abuse, neglect, abandonment, all kind of things. But these people have the audacity to want to take you out in an effort to destiny swap with you, okay? So these people are far more than just neglectful, hateful, spiteful individuals, okay? Ew, I dislike you, you ugly person, you stupid, you dumb, old childish type of shit. These people have a stronger hatred for you to the point that they want to take you out, like eliminate you in some type of way, because they want to destiny swap with you, which is quite interesting because who wants to destiny swap with someone who's got nothing and nobody? Okay, which means that these people likely knew something that you didn't, okay? whether it has to do with good things coming in for you at some point in time, because something about these people want you destiny swap with you. Like, they dislike you enough to want to get rid of you, but at the same time they want to destiny swap with you. Most people who want to destiny swap with another person is because they want the benefit of something that is destined for you, type of thing, right? um there's also a big significance here to deadbeat dads, guys. Okay, so you likely had a father who was not in your life, whether this is a biological father or whether this was an adopted father. Okay, there's this deadbeat dad energy here. Okay, this could be anyone, but it is sitting right up under fire energy. Okay, so y'all could have a deadbeat dad who's a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Maybe this person didn't provide for you, take care of you, protect you, teach you, guide you, uplift you, all the things a real, a father is supposed to do. You had a deadbeat dad. Okay, whether you know that person or not, collective. Okay, and yeah. So it's just been a bunch of suspicious activity happening around you, happening in your life. Okay, as an adult now, you probably sensed these things when you were a child. Something just ain't right. Okay, but Spirit say sometimes you got to smile to keep from crying. Okay, because you've endured a lot, and after a while, you know what I'm saying. After your childhood, you probably was all cried out. Okay, I'm pretty sure you shed a lot of tears in your childhood or what have you. But the older you get, you live, you learn to cope, you learn to survive, and as long as you're living and breathing, you keep it pushing, you keep it moving, or what have you. Because frankly, once you're an adult, and first of all, as it seems, I was about to say, frankly, once you're an adult, nobody gives a damn. Okay, they expect you to shut up, conform, obey, go to work, pay your taxes, take care of yourself, take care of your damn kids, pay your damn bills, and just, live your wretched life or what have you. Um, but yeah, so sometimes sometimes you have to smile to keep from crying. Okay, guys. Sometimes you gotta smile to keep from crying, and you're likely cried all out because you probably experienced a lot of stress, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, okay, a lot of sadness in your childhood already, guys. Okay, and it doesn't mean that you don't shed a tear as an adult now, okay, but you've experienced this pain over and over and over again, okay? But the world don't stop turning for anybody, so you had to keep on moving, okay, guys? Spell work was done on you to keep you stuck and stagnant, guys, okay? If you notice, collective, those of you who are resonating with this reading, it doesn't matter how hard you work. You could have 2-3 jobs, okay? You could work your ass off. You could have jobs, hobbies, a trade, and some type of talent, skills, and ability all at the same goddamn time, and you still won't make it any farther than where you're at, okay? This is because somebody is behind the scenes stunting your growth on purpose. Somebody is purposely blocking you, trying to prevent you from succeeding or accomplishing in any way, shape, form, or fashion, okay? If you think about it, in school, up to a certain grade, you likely got all A's in school, perfect grades in school, okay? When this was realized that it was possible for you to be smart, for you to excel in school, the better you excel in school, closer to time to you graduating, you can get scholarships, you can get, basically free money, different things like that to go to college or what have you. So things were done on purpose to sabotage your schooling and different things like that or what have you. But spell work was basically, it's like you were purposely planted in poverty, and then spell work was done to keep you stuck there so that you would never be able to come out of poverty. Okay, guys, so you likely have never had a new car, never had a nice home of your own. Okay, that doesn't mean that you haven't had a car, but if you've ever had a car before, it probably was used, run down, and it wasn't long before it broke down. Okay, you may have had a little rinky-dink apartment before, or wherever you've lived before, run down shack, living in a hood, apartment complex, different things like that or what have you. But no matter how hard you work, no matter how good you were at something, It's like you were stagnated. You have been kept stuck and restricted, okay, and unable to move or get out of your situation. And this was due to spell work, guys, okay. Even when you probably even experienced times in your life where, you know what I'm saying, some type of opportunity come in for you. It seems like, it's exciting. You like, okay, this is, a new chapter. This is going to make things so much better. And it's like a certain period of time go by, you know what I'm saying, you might even have time to stack a little money, save some money. Now you got enough money to pay your bills and not worry, and have money to save, and your budgeting and everything like that, or what have you. And then boom, you're knocked back down, okay? And all of a sudden something has happened, okay? Your car has broke down, and you got to spend every dime you got in savings just to get your car back running, or something like that. Or some type of expensive bill or something like that, or some type of tragic situation, like anything can happen, or what have you, whatever it is, okay. Or you lose a job, or anything like that, or what have you. Those things were being done on purpose. On the surface, from one person to the next, these things seems like regular everyday life things, okay. A lot of people would be surprised as to who the people who are behind the scenes that literally manipulate and control a lot of aspects of one's life, how they think, how they feel, what they like, what they do, who allowed to work, who allowed to have a decent car, who allowed to have a decent home, who are like, you know what I'm saying? People try to tell you in the world, you know what I'm saying, oh, they might even have a clause in something that speaks against discrimination, but you really are discriminated in everywhere. You apply for a job, technically you are discriminated against, especially with certain jobs. They're only going to hire certain people. That is discrimination, okay? If you go to an apartment complex, you should be able to pick any apartment complex that you want to stay at, okay? And fill out an application and things like that, or what have you, and get that apartment. They even discriminate against you. They only want certain type of people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you go to apartment complex, or what have, like, if you have some type of income, okay, whether you've been on your job for 10 years and you can pay 3-4 times the fucking rent, or what have you, that is discrimination. They put those things in place like that to discriminate against you without telling you they're discriminating against you. Because if you don't meet those standards, then then they were like, oh, well, that knocks you out from getting the place, or whatever. It is discrimination. Okay, they've just found a new way to discriminate against you without making it seem like it's discrimination. Those of you who are awake and aware, you would matter of factly know it's discrimination, but in the way that it is done, then you know what I'm saying, you technically couldn't tell them it's discrimination, or what have you, like that. You ever applied for a job and had an interview and everything? You're dressed nice for the interview, you're presentable, you're respectful, you're on time, everything. You ever been told by whoever's interviewing you that you're overqualified for the job? Now, in one's mind, you would assume that means, okay, well, you should be able to do this job really fucking well. Obviously, if you're in here and you're applying for this job, you really need the money. You really need a job, okay? How do a person tell you're overqualified for the job and then don't give you the job? You understand what I'm saying? That is a form of discrimination. I've literally been told that before, okay? When I first started being targeted, and things was all crazy, and I was trying to get me and my daughter out, the toxic situation that we were in, and having to find another job, having to stack money, having to figure out what I was going to do about transportation, all kinds of things or whatever, trying to move and all this other kind of things or whatever. I put in at 100. I still have the whole list. Dates, time, the place, the phone number, like everything, okay? 100. I put in 100 applications. Not one of those people called me back, okay? But as a targeted individual, they hadn't red flagged me in the system or put me on whatever their government watch list or what have you. So anybody go in the system, look up, you know what I'm saying? These owners, these business leaders, all these people like that or whatever, they got way, they communicate with each other and different things like that. They flag you in the system for whatever reason. These people won't hire you, okay? This is how they are forcing people to homelessness and different things like that or what have you. You know what I'm saying? And I found it very interesting. This is when I realized that I could never work for anybody else ever again. And from that moment forward, I had to do like independent contractor work where I was, basically working for myself, working my own hours and different things like that or what have you. But they were targeting me so fucking severely. I literally and I did a little experiment. I put in 100 applications. I did an experiment with jobs. I also did an experiment with, the Social Security Administration, okay? Because throughout your life, you pay in all this money, and most people, there's a lot of people, especially in this day and time, who dies before they are even qualified to file for their Social Security insurance, okay? And there's a difference. There's Social Security disability, there's Social Security insurance. Social Security insurance, that's basically the Social Security that comes out of your check every time you get paid, okay? And that is, you know what I'm saying? And so when you get to a certain age, when you get elderly, you're too old to work anymore, you're supposed to be able to draw that Social Security or what have you. This is the reason why you see a lot of elderly people who are on a fixed income, because that's the only income they're getting in by that age or what have you. So I even did an experiment with them. I did an experiment with working and different things like that or what have you, just to see how much I would be denied by people. And I kid you not, I was literally denied by every fucking body. And it was interesting. And so I'm like, okay. But it was like, it was really an experiment, because I was able to tell this is how people end up go from having something to having nothing very quickly. Okay, and there are persons in power behind the scenes manipulating technology, manipulating, you know what I'm saying, manipulating situations amongst their connections and different things like that, to stagnate people, to block people, to sabotage the lives of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do if you are applying yourself and you're trying to get a job and nobody's hiring you? What the fuck do you do? If you need to find a new place to go, or like to move or something like that, and you can't find a place, what do you do? You understand what I'm saying? I can show you all right now. I was looking for other places or what have you. They manipulate technology so bad, and they literally watch everything I do as a target individual. If I went on there right now, or in any site, okay, and say I'm looking for a new place to move to or what have you, how they manipulate technology is there will be stuff that'll pop up that has subliminal messages attached to it, okay? Or a bunch of places will pop up uh, in a whole across the river in another city in an area where I grew up in, okay? And these people know I don't want to live in that area. I don't like that area. A lot of the people that's working against me live in that fucking area. I don't want to live in that area. So that's what they'll have pop up, and it'll be nothing but that, okay? And anything that do seem interesting to me, it's purposely priced extremely fucking high, overwhelmingly the fuck high, and different things like that or what have you, and make it impossible for you to move to certain places and different things like that. But this is what these people do. And if you're not awake and aware of these things, or what have you, most people do not know. Okay, when you have like hit this, you know what I'm saying, this jeez, hold on guys, okay, when you get to the point where there's like no outlets, no resources of anything, you know what I'm saying, in any direction that you're trying to go, whether it's trying to find a job, whether it's trying to find, get a car, and different things like that or what have you. Like, that's another way that they discriminate against you. You can literally have an income, okay? Have all the money that you need to get a car, okay? Go to a car lot to get a car. And one of their main ways of discriminating against you is telling you need a cosigner. Why does a person need a cosigner if they have all the money that you're asking for this vehicle, okay? And say, so if you're a person who has no family, you have no friends, you have no lover, where the fuck do you get a cosigner from? So now they have automatically discriminated against you because you don't have anybody to co-sign for you. You know what I'm saying? So now you can't get this vehicle. That is discrimination. It's just not verbalized as discrimination, but it is discrimination. You are denying a person of a service, of something in particular, by telling them, coming up with some radical ass reason as to why they're not accepted for this. Okay? then that is discrimination. But this is what people do. This is what these people do, guys, okay? But anyway, spirit work was done on you to keep you stuck and stagnant, guys, okay? Those are just a few examples as to things that you may be dealing with or what have you. And even for those of you all who have jobs and different things, they will have people to gang stalk you and harass you on your job and make your job a living hell to the point where you don't even want to work there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you're back in the same repetitive cycle or something like that. Or they'll just, you know what I'm saying, everything's fine one minute, the next minute you have lost this job or some shit like that or what have you. I've even had that done before. I got to the point where I literally had to have like 3 to 4 jobs at a time. Even when I after I put in those 100 applications and I got no callbacks or anything like that, I knew I couldn't work. They were blocking me on purpose, and I couldn't work in the regular work field anymore. So I needed to figure out a way to work for myself, type of thing. And so, even when I was working with the cab company, they was having the people like gang stalking, harass me there. Like it was fucking crazy. Okay, and so I was doing that, and a little while after that, I had got a security job, and I was getting ready to pick up a third job because that's when I found out about like all the different delivery companies and different things like that or whatever. I'm like, I can do that as well. But by the time I did that, got the security job, all of a sudden the cab people, they come and swoop up the car and all this other kind of stuff. Like the worst piece of junk that you've ever seen. Nobody but somebody without a vehicle would want to ride around in that goddamn thing. They literally broke down every other fucking day. Literally came and picked the damn thing up while I was at my other fucking job just for being late. You have to pay like $75 a day for this vehicle, whether you make fucking money or not. You know what I'm saying? It's completely the fuck ridiculous. But it's exactly the reason why that every other company is basically putting their sorry ass out of business. But nevertheless, this is what I was going through. So I got to the point, and then like, you know, then they sabotaged the security company for no reason at all. Absolutely no reason at all. They would have people to just be very disrespectful. They literally made a thing out of one of the places I was working at was doing the security at was a high-rise building. Now these are all fucking adults. Elder type of adults, okay? So if I brought lunch, or like one time I brought like this pasta salad type of thing. Now these are grown adults. They live in a high-rise building, but they're not fucking prisoners. They can come and go as they please, okay? Some of the people wanted some. I gave them some. Do you know they made an issue about that and moved me from that place? But that's not even really the reason why they moved me from that place. They tried to make it seem like that was that, but there was 2 people who lived in that building who directly connects to my supposed the dad's side of the family that's supposed to be my dad's side that it's really not. They lived in that building, so I know they were communicating with those people. Okay, I end up being moved from that building. Okay, guys, this is how they do. So working at another building, they would literally have people come in there. When you would come in there, you're supposed to sign in and all this other kind of shit, being very disrespectful and different things like that or what have you. This is what they do to fuck with you. Okay, it could be anything. Okay, this is what these people do. They will sabotage your job. So it got to the point where I would have to have, like, when I just started slowly doing the delivery jobs, I would have 3-4 of them at one time. That way you sabotage one, I still got 3 to fall back on. You sabotage them, okay, I got 2 more to fall back on, and I'm going to apply for a couple more. You know what I'm saying? I had to do that just to make sure that, and so I was down to my last 2 gigs when they decided to sabotage and ruin my car. They got tired. I guess they got tired of sabotaging the jobs, okay? And right before that, it got to a point they will even stalk you on the job, harass you on the job, make it so you're not making any money, you're not getting any work, you're barely making anything, or what have you, to not making anything at all. And with those delivery drives, once you get to the point where you're spending more in gas than you are making in a day, it's not worth it. But most people are not going through that. Okay, I ended up going through that because I was being targeted. Okay, when I first started, I could make anywhere from $300 to $500 a day off the job. Okay. So imagine the pay at the end of the week, every weekend. You can cash out anytime you want to. Your money and different things like that. They were sabotaging. They were ruining. So when I got to my last 2 jobs, they kept on breaking down the car, breaking down the car, breaking down the car. I spent every last one of the stimulus checks that we got keeping this car fixed just so I could work. And so they finally, they had a chip in it and everything, turned the chip off, wasn't working, anything like that or whatever. Without my vehicle, I could not work and different things. So they killed two birds in one stone, sabotaged my vehicle and my job or what have you. And then I eventually had to get rid of it and sell it for like way cheap just to pay the bills for that month or what have you. This is what they do. This is what they do to people, collective, okay? This is what's going on. So they've done spell work on you to keep you stuck or stagnate, guys, okay? Spirit is saying these some sneaky conning foxes, okay? Now, with this assassination of a public figure, whoever your dead is could have been a public figure of some kind. This person was assassinated, okay? This person was, the Spirit is saying assassinated, but it like they were sacrificed, they were killed. And this person could have been a public figure, Spirit is saying, okay? Yeah. So we have here, who knew that your worst enemies could be your own supposed family? Okay, well, that's when you thought that this was actually your real family. And even though over the years they seemed to, they acted very suspicious, they treated you very fucked up. Okay, and you couldn't quite understand it. Okay, and you just, buried it in deep in your subconscious somewhere or what have you. But who knew that these people were your worst enemies all along? Okay, so what do you do? What do you do when your entire life is a lie? Okay, because these people have done nothing but gaslight you to your face, lie to your face all your life, Spirit is saying. Okay, and they're using intimidation tactics on you. Okay, people who use intimidation tactics on you, number one, are bullies, okay? And they want you fearful, paranoid, scared, afraid, or what have you, Spirit is saying. Okay, but that's what's going on here, though, y'all. Okay, to clarify, the whole family is in on it. We have the 5 of Wands. Okay, so this entire family, they're jealous of you, they're envious of you, intimidated by you, they're in competition with you. Okay, which is interesting because you have nothing, you have nobody. Okay, you likely had to, like I said, juggle and struggle all your damn life. You don't even have a mother and father, for God's sake. Okay, you don't have siblings, cousins, a family dynamic, or anything. You don't have some of you may not even have a lover. You may not even ever even had a best friend, okay? But what are these people in competition of, okay? What are they jealous and envious of? It's like I have people who's like that towards me, and it's so interesting because I got nothing and nobody. I have no family, friends, or lovers or anything. And yeah, I got a few talent, skills, and abilities, but I don't benefit off of them. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine having some type of talent, skill, or ability, or what have you, and you don't get to succeed or progress or make it in no kind of way. You can, but everybody else can. You can see some of the most nothing ass individuals who put forth no effort, who just as ghetto and ratchet as they want to be, who have ass shit or what have you, who just straight up hustlers and you know what I'm saying, pimping people out of whatever they can get out of them, not even for real with shit, okay? And that's not everybody that you see online, but I'm telling you, there's a lot out there or what have you, and they all doing their damn thing. But when it comes to you, it's like nobody wants you to have nothing. They don't want you to be nothing. They don't want you to succeed in the least bit. Okay? We're not talking about billionaire status and fucking fame here. Okay? We're talking about stability and security to the point of having a decent home. Transportation of your own. A humble, safe, secure, stable, comfortable life. They don't even want you to have love. They don't want you to have a good fucking nut. They don't want you to have a family of your own, marriage, anything. We're talking about the bare necessities of fucking life. So what are they jealous of? What are they envious of? What are they intimidated by? Why do they hate you so much? What are they in competition to fuck with? Because you're not competing with them, which means these bitches are technically competing with themselves. How do you want retaliation, punishment, payback, or revenge on somebody that has done nothing to you? Okay? And it's easy for a person to say, oh, I don't like such and such when you're a full grown as adult, but we clearly know that they have been mistreating you since you were a fucking child. So they didn't just start when you got grown disliking you. They've been disliking you since you were a kid, and considering the fact that you were fucking adopted at whatever age that you ended up being implemented into their fucking family. They have treated you like shit. If anybody want retaliation, punishment, payback, or revenge, it should be you. That should be your goddamn right. After that, you got nothing, and everybody that's working against you got more than you. Seem like to me, you should be the one jealous and envious of what the fuck they got. But somehow, you are the abused. You are the victim in the situation. But you're not the one that's jealous of them. You don't hate on them. You don't want some type of retaliation on them. Payback on them because they got more than you. But somehow this whole family that's in on this shit is jealous, envious, and intimidated by you, in competition to fuck with you. These are some lame, coward, bully ass bitches. Okay? I guarantee you they've been fucking haters and bullies all their goddamn life. Even when they were kids in fucking school. They just picked on people for no fucking reason at all. It was just a fucking nuisance for no goddamn reason at all. Because what type of people do this to your own supposed family? Y'all trifling. To say the least. They don't care about you, collective. Clarified by the Ten of Swords here, okay? These people have ultimately betrayed you. They have stabbed you in your back repetitively over and over and over again, collective, okay? You have been betrayed. These people have sabotaged you, have tried to ruin you, end you, have been disloyal to you. They've been cruel and brutal to you, collective. They wanted there to be a dead end when it came to you. They wanted you to hit rock bottom. They even wanted you to have some type of mental fucking breakdown, okay? They wanted you to be a failure, collective, okay? They ultimately betrayed you because they don't care about you. Plain and simple. Okay? I'm seeing the Ace of Swords clarifying adoption here, okay? So the Ace of Swords is all about truth and clarity, awareness, insight, epiphanies, breakthroughs, okay? Visions. It can't even speak to victories and different things. But I feel like some of you, Spirit could be just telling you, yeah, this is the truth, this is clarity, what I'm telling you. Some of you may be aware of this truth and clarity that you are adopted, or what have you. Or some of you may be maybe now gaining some type of truth or clarity pertaining to the fact that you were adopted, okay? But yeah, there's some type of truth, clarity, awareness, and insight as it relates to you being adopted, collective, okay? Spirit, clarify trauma forced upon you. Clarify this trauma forced upon you. I feel like the people who have caused you trauma were fools, Spirit is saying. Some very reckless, careless, reckless type of individuals. This trauma that was forced upon you caused a lot of chaos or tragedy and problematic situations in your life, Spirit is saying. Spirit, clarify trauma forced upon you. Yeah, you could have definitely been hurt or injured, hospitalized before. Yeah, I'm seeing the Four of Swords in death here, okay? Some of y'all may have had a near-death experience, okay? You even see her on the Four of Swords, look like this person is laying on a slab. They look dead, okay? But the Four of Swords can literally speak of somebody in need of help, healing, recovery, recuperation, or hospitalization. It can speak of someone in isolation, in solitude, in silence, non-action. It can speak of someone who is injured in some type of way. Here, you see here how she's laying on the... looks like on the ground here, but there's a large body of water here. So either in this water or alongside this water here, okay? But you see how this horseman back here, driving by here, or what have you, you were injured in some type of way. There was some type of trauma that was forced upon you, collective, okay? And you were injured because of this. You could have been hospitalized because of this. Maybe you needed some type of surgical procedures of some kind, guys. I also seen the Eight of Swords. Some of you could have been like in like this captive hostage situation, in a doom and gloom type of situation, like crisis type of situation. Some of you may have experienced trafficking. Yeah. Some of y'all definitely may have experienced some type of trafficking, as I see the Chariot here, okay? I seen the Eight of Wands first as well here, okay? There could be a significance to planes or other forms of, because the Eight of Wands can speak of air travel. The reason why I say planes. Yeah, and I'm seeing the Eight of Swords here. The Eight of Swords coupled with the Chariot here, with the Four of Swords and the Death card here. You were trafficked. I see you bound, gagged, blindfolded. This is like a hostage type of situation, captive type of situation, okay? Crisis type of situation here. You could have been trafficked as a child, okay? Because this trauma forced upon you is right up under adoption here, the Ace of Swords here, okay? Five of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. This speaks of conflict, defeat, hostility, abuse. There's that Eight of Wands again here. So the Eight of Wands do speak of like swift, fast communication, messages, news, or information, but it can also talk about, it also can speak of air travel. Okay. You could have been, yeah, but you know, the Chariot speaks of all forms of travel as well here, okay? You could have been trafficked on planes or something, but you were injured. However you were trafficked, you were injured. Like you had some type of near-death experience because of this. This is interesting because I did a spirit reading earlier, and this same information was coming out. I may share that with you all. But yeah, you were being trafficked and you were like captive. You were held hostage. Like you were a traffic victim. Spirit is saying. Yeah, this is going on. Toxic family members, Spirit. These toxic family members has caused a lot of... Oh, you know what, y'all? I done jumped down here. I forgot I was still shuffling. Okay, so we were on adoption with the Ace of Swords here, okay? So whether you all know the truth and the clarity about this adoption, whether legal or illegal adoption or not, some of you may know the truth and clarity about this. Others of you may be gaining some type of truth, clarity, awareness, and insight pertaining to this, okay? But Spirit is saying you were abused all your life on purpose, okay? It was a setup all along, okay? And I'm seeing the Temperance card here, okay? Some people could, the Temperance card, you could be an Earth Angel collective. You could have been abused by people. Persons could have known that you was like, you have this divine angelic connection to the spirit realm, to the Most High. I'm getting a sense of purity, innocence. But you could definitely be a starseed, a highly sensitive indigo, or what have you in this Temperance energy here. And people took advantage of that in you and abused you. Okay? Spirit, clarify conflict, confusion, and competition. Conflict, confusion, and competition. What is this conflict, confusion, and competition? Conflict, confusion, and competition. I'm seeing a King of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces individual. I'm also seeing an Empress, feminine individual, a Hierophant. That could be a religious or a spiritual individual that holds some type of positions within a particular field. Someone with some type of rulership, leadership, or something like that. Spirit, clarify this conflict. This confusion and competition. I'm seeing the Seven of Cups. It seems like that there was a lot of things. There are a lot of different things that has happened to you that have occurred, okay, that has caused conflict in your life, that has caused you confusions, illusions, delusions, due to competition here, okay? Spirit, clarify, they want to take you out so they can destiny swap with you. They want to take you out. So I'm seeing the Empress here, okay? There could be a feminine energy, a mother or a mother figure type of individual who wants to take you out so they can destiny swap with you. This Empress wants your destiny, Spirit is saying. Okay? Spirit, clarify dad be dead. Whoever your... Well, damn. Whoever your deadbeat dad is could have been a warlock or a master magician. Okay, he's wealthy though. I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles here. Whoever your deadbeat, ain't that a bit? Whoever your deadbeat dad is a wealthy man. Okay, but he could have neglected you, abandoned you, and left you out in the cold. Oh, y'all, I keep jumping all around. I keep pulling more cards and I'm jumping down here. Okay, so we were talking about how the fact that you were been abused all your life and it was a setup all along. Okay, you're in this Temperance energy. Some people know that you have, like, you're a star seed and a highly sensitive indigo, an earth angel, and they abused you on purpose because of that, because they are jealous of that, because you have some type of grace or favor over yourself or your life. Okay, and there were people who abused you because of this, but you could definitely be an earth angel collective. To clarify hidden enemies, we got the devil here. Okay, so your hidden enemies are toxic. Okay, they are toxic, they are hostile, they are chained to the devil, guys. Okay, they may have even sold a soul to the devil, but these individuals are definitely in their self node, their shadow side, their dark side, their evil, wicked, sinister, dark, demonic. Okay, they're toxic, they got toxicity issues, bad habits, addictions, addictive patterns of behavior. They could be full of lust, temptations, desires, greed, materialism, possessiveness, dominance, narcissism, obsessive type of energies here. Your enemies are chained to the devil, collective. Okay, period, point blank. To clarify, these clowns way too cocky, we have the Ten of Cups here. So this speaks of this entire family dynamic. Anyway, the things that they have been doing to you, Spirit say these clowns is way too cocky. Okay, they done got full of themselves, they done got beside themselves. The entirety of this family, or this large group of people that have partook in the things that has been done to you, collective. To clarify fire energy, we have the Moon card here. Okay, so the Moon talks about secret things, hidden things, what's done in the dark, shady people, dirty dealings, illusions, fear, cover-ups, criminal activity, even sneaky, freaky, creepy shit, low down and dirty shit, things going on behind the scenes, behind closed doors, behind your back, guys. Okay, whoever this fire sign energy is, there's a lot of things that was like, I feel like there was a lot of things that was kept secret or hidden about this person from you. Okay, there could even be something underlying, related to some type of criminal activity or something like that. But there was definitely a lot of things that was done behind your back. There was a lot of secrets that were kept from you. A lot of things that were covered up pertaining to who this fire sign is. Okay, and this could tie into this deadbeat dad here. Okay, you have your deadbeat dad is a wealthy man here, and this may have been hidden to you from you. You were lied to about who your father really is, and this person was hidden from you. To clarify trauma forced upon you, we have the Eight of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Death card, the Chariot, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, so I accidentally went through this a few minutes ago. Okay, y'all have been trafficked on planes. Okay, there's something about swift travel of some kind. Okay, and you could have been hurt or injured in some type of way to the point of needing some type of recovery, healing, recuperation, hospitalization. You almost had like a near-death experience, Spirit is saying, while being trafficked. Okay, you were captive, you were hostage, you were restricted in some type of way. It was a crisis situation you were in, and you were abused, Spirit is saying, guys. Okay, to clarify toxic family members, I'm seeing the Five of Swords. So these toxic family members have abused you a lot. They've been very hostile towards you. They had plot twists against you. Okay, these are the type of people that smiled in your face all while they were stabbing you in your back. Okay, they've caused a lot of conflict and defeat in your life. Okay, to clarify I think I went over that one already, but to clarify conflicts, confusion, and competition, we do have the Seven of Cups here, okay? The Seven of Cups is all about options, okay? Choices, decisions, potentials, opportunities. I feel like there was a lot of different things that was done to cause conflict in your life, to cause confusion, okay? Because of these people being in competition with you, Spirit is saying, okay, guys? Yeah. To clarify, they want to take you out to destiny swap with you. I'm going back over some of these because I jumped around without knowing, guys. We got the Empress here, okay? So like I said, this is a mother or a mother figure here, okay? Who wants the destiny. This person wants your destiny. They want you destiny swap with you, okay? To clarify, deadbeat dads, we have the Ten of Pentacles here, guys, okay? Whoever your deadbeat dad is actually a wealthy man. Whether you know this or not, collective, okay? To clarify suspicious activity, something just ain't right here. We got the Seven of Swords, okay, guys? So you have definitely been lied to a lot by a bunch of two-faced, betraying, coward, backstabbers, okay? Things are not what they seem, okay? These cowards have been gaslighting you, okay? They've been sneaking and creeping around trying to get away with something. These are liars, cheaters, thieves, manipulators, con artists. They're cloaking themselves, concealing themselves, hiding who they truly are and what they are really about, okay? They only care about their own self-interest, collective. Okay, they do things under false pretenses, okay, but they have been lying to you your entire life, okay? It's interesting. I'm telling you, this is why you know that something just ain't right, okay? It's a whole bunch of suspicious activity going on all around you, all through your life, because of all the lies, the deceptions, the manipulations, and the trickery, okay? About this trauma that was forced upon you and about this adoption here, okay? Spirit, clarify, sometimes you got to smile to keep from crying. Yeah, because you've been heartbroken, Spirit is saying. The Three of Swords here. These people have caused you nothing but deep emotional pain, grief, sorrow, disillusionment, okay? Heartache, heartbreak, sadness, sorrow, misery, pain, and anguish, guys, okay? They have broken your heart into pieces time and time again. But, you know, like I said, sometimes you got to cry, smile to keep from crying, okay? Because you have had to endure a lot of conflicts, a lot of abuse due to these toxic family members, okay? Who have abused you on purpose because it was a setup all along. And many of these people know that you are an earth angel. Know that there is something special about you, collective. Spirit, clarify, spell work was done to keep you stuck and stagnant. Spell work was done to keep you stuck and stagnant, to keep you from moving on, to keep you from moving forward, to keep you from having stability, security, or what have you, guys. I feel like you've had nothing but the bare minimum in life, guys, okay? There were even low life, low level, low vibrational lovers or partners that were sent into your life. There could have even been associates or friends that were sent into your life at one point in time that may have had bad habits and addiction, like different things like that, to have you in your south node, to keep you low vibrational. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. I'm seeing the Eight of Cups here. The Eight of Cups is about emotional fulfillment, okay? Many of you have had to loose, release, and let go of a lot of people, places, and things that was emotionally unfulfilling or satisfying to you, okay? You've had to move on, let go, walk away, cut off a lot of things here, okay? And this is because you're emotionally unfulfilled. And the reason why, the Eight of Cups also speaks of change. A lot of changes have occurred in your life. But the reason for this is the spell work that these people have done on you to keep you stuck and stagnant. Spirit, clarify sneaky, cunning fox. Clarify sneaky, cunning fox. Sneaky, cunning fox, Spirit. Whoever this sneaky, cunning fox, this person, this could be this Empress person who wants to swap destinies with you. This person has done a lot to cause you like mental conflict, stress, worry, depression, anxiety. Yeah. I'm seeing the Magician here. This person is a divination. Whoever the sneaky, cunning fox is a divination abuser. They manipulate divination by, they manipulate divination by way of manipulation in an effort to manifest what they want, guys, okay? So somebody could definitely be lighting candles on you, chanting, conjuring, doing some type of witchcraft, sorcery, black magical voodoo on you to manipulate you and to manipulate the energies around you, okay? Spirit, clarify, who knew your worst enemies could be your own supposed family? Who knew? Oh, I'm sorry. To clarify, assassination of a public figure, we do have the Emperor here, okay? So the Emperor is a father or a father figure here. I do feel like this is making reference to your deadbeat dad that wasn't in your life, who happens to be a wealthy man, guys, okay? Could be this fire sign energy, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, okay? Who was hidden and kept secret from you guys, okay? And perhaps they never cared about you, collective, and ultimately betrayed you, or maybe it's the family that you ended up with that didn't care about you and ultimately betrayed you. But, you know, nonetheless, all of these things go hand in hand together. Spirit, clarify, who do you trust, or excuse me, who knew your worst enemies could be your own supposed family? Yeah. I'm seeing the Queen of Swords here, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, feminine energy. I'm also seeing the Five of Wands, okay? Sadness, loss, disappointment, and the regret is what the Five of Wands is about. These people have caused you a lot of sadness, loss, disappointment, and regret, okay? Because these people have been your worst enemies, guys, okay? What do you do when your entire life has been a lie? Some of you all could be in hermit mode, to yourself, by yourself, on your own, all alone. You could have gone within, doing some contemplating, some reflecting, and different things, guys, okay? I really do feel like you all have reached this level of like spiritual mastery, but you spend the majority of your time alone. You may live alone, you may work alone, you may be single, you may be naturally introverted, but you are secluded, isolated, to yourself, by yourself, on your own, and all alone, guys, okay? To clarify intimidation tactics, I'm seeing the Nine of Swords here. So these intimidation tactics that are being used on you is being done in an effort to haunt you, taunt you, harass you, have you stressed, worried, depressed, dealing with anxiety, having insomnia, sleep, there could be, sleep deprivation, and having sleepless nights, unable to sleep, think, eat, and things like that, okay? Dealing with psychological trauma and mental conflict, okay? Is why they do these intimidation tactics on you guys, okay? I'm seeing the Tower at the bottom of the deck. So some shit could be hitting a fan with this Tower here. The Tower is something that happens like all of a sudden out the blue. It's chaos, it's tragedy, it's upheaval, it's a shakeup of things. It's problematic situation, it's a reckoning, an energy surge, okay? It is disruption, destruction, it's deception here, okay? But it happens abruptly, okay? This could have something, this Tower, this chaos, this tragedy could have to do with some type of decision of some kind that was made, okay? Yeah. Some shit could definitely be hitting a fan, guys, okay? As it relates to what you have in, all of these things that we have discussed here on today. And perhaps the things that what you have endured, guys, okay? Throughout your life. Because you've definitely endured a lot. There's a lot of things that were hidden from you, kept secret from you. A lot of things that was done behind your back, Spirit is saying, okay? Now these people could want to defend themselves and protect themselves in some type of way, okay? But yeah, because something is backfiring on them because of how they neglected you and abandoned you and left you out in the cold. How they left you in turmoil and alienated you, rejected you, and left you in harsh conditions. Some type of chaos or tragedy, something is backfiring here, okay? Because of this neglect, abandonment type of energy. Yeah, King of Wands here. That's your father figure there that we see here, okay? Something pertaining to some type of abundance of some kind as well. Yeah. Six of Coins here. Your father could have left you some type of gift of generosity, okay? We know that he was a public figure who was assassinated, but he could have left you some type of gift of generosity. And these people collaborated together for the purposes of money. They're in some type of binding contracts. They collaborated together to take whatever this abundance and gift of generosity from you, collective, okay? Some shit is hitting the fan, though. Okay, because I feel like everything that we're talking about here today, like the truth and the clarity is coming out about this situation, guys. Okay, that's what's going on here, yo. That's what's going on. Spirit, are there any closing messages that I need to share with the collective? Spirit is saying your destiny is intertwined with the stars, guys, okay? You have a destiny that is intertwined with the stars, collective. Your spirit guides are also near, Spirit is saying, so seek their guidance. Any other messages, Spirit? Yeah, beware of hidden truths that will soon be revealed, guys, okay? And that's, remember, that kind of goes hand in hand with that Ace of Swords coming out on adoption. Those of you who are unaware of the things that we discussed today, especially pertaining to, like, you would know if you have gone through trauma and different things, if you were abused and different things, okay? But like, especially with this adoption, especially if your real father was hidden from you, especially if you never knew that the family that you grew up with was not your real family and different things like that, or what have you. Spirit wants you to beware of hidden truths, okay? They will soon be revealed. If you were unaware of the situation that we discussed here today, okay? There could be a powerful ally that may appear in your life. Spirit is saying welcome them. Spirit is saying your intuition is your greatest guide, so trust your inner voice, okay, as it relates to these things as well, okay? Spirit, any other messages? There's something else about this powerful ally here. There's this powerful ally. A powerful ally may help you achieve your goals as well, guys. Okay? A hidden truth will soon be revealed. Be open to it, guys, okay? So that's a second card that you've had to come out here like this. Okay? You have beware of hidden truths. They will soon be revealed. And this card says a hidden truth will soon be revealed. Be open to it, okay? And it has to do with the situation. It has to do with these things that we are discussing here, guys. Spirit, any other messages pertaining to the situation? You may receive some type of mysterious message which will reveal your true path, Spirit is saying. There's some type of sacred symbol that will bring you protection and guidance as well. A powerful transformation is underway. Trust the process, Spirit is saying. Any other messages, Spirit? Embrace calm and clarity. Let your intuition guide you, guys. You may have some type of hidden talent. Spirit wants you to nurture it when it's revealed to you. Some of you also could be coming into some, receiving some type of unexpected gift. A physical encounter may change your path. Be prepared, okay? Spirit wants you to know that there is a guardian spirit, spirit that watches over you, okay? You may feel their presence, or Spirit is telling you to feel their presence, okay, guys? Something is significant to a mysterious message, okay? That you'll receive, or that is going to be revealed to you, okay? Or this mysterious message will reveal your true path, okay? In some type of way, guys, okay? So those are your messages, guys. I do hope that this is giving you all the truth and the clarity that you were seeking, pertaining to a situation you may be dealing with, or pertaining to a situation you may notice someone else is dealing with if you are cross-watching. For those of you who would like to contact me, you can do so at tip.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is shine bright like a diamond 36 with the underscore between each word. For any persons interested in donating, did I just say that, guys? Look, okay? If y'all want to follow me, if you want to donate to the channel, if you want to contact me, you can find all of that information in the description box below, guys, okay? As always, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There is wickedness in high places, and there is evil that's lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings. Watch the company you keep. Watch surroundings in the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey. Keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God.